I want to set the stage, if I could, to all of the distinguished guests. I don't have my distance glasses on, but Your Highness, Hilda Schwab, I want to thank Klaus Schwab for convening this plenary on this topic.
Subsidizing the culture of death.
We have a credibility problem, all of us. Man-made global warming pollution that is up in the atmosphere now traps as much extra heat energy as would be released by 400,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every 24 hours, 365 days a year. As would be released by 400,000 Hiroshima atomic bombs going off every single day. As much extra heat energy as would be released by 500,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every day.
The equivalent of 500,000 Hiroshima bombs.
Every day.
Every single
Imagine
day.
the energy released by 500,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every 24 hours. 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every 24 hours. 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every day on our planet. Trapping as much extra heat as would be released by 600,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding every single day on the Earth. That's what's boiling the oceans, creating these atmospheric rivers and the rain bombs, and sucking the moisture out of the land, and creating the droughts, and melting the ice, and raising the sea level, and causing these waves of climate refugees predicted to reach 1 billion in this century. As much extra heat as would be released by 750,000 Hiroshima-class atomic bombs exploding on the Earth every 24 hours. The Earth is heated up, and then it's re-radiated into space as infrared, and some of the outgoing infrared is naturally trapped by the natural greenhouse gas layer, which is good because it keeps temperatures within boundaries that are appropriate and conducive to the flourishing of life on Earth, including human life.
How dare you?
The fear and the panic of those little children in their last moments as the monsters found out their hiding places. Its voracious appetite for aggression grows with each passing year. Palestinians to abandon the fantasy of flooding Israel with refugees. That's 20 9/11s. That is why October 7th is another day that will live in infamy. That's like 20 9/11s in one day. And these monsters, they raped women, they beheaded men, they burned babies alive, they killed parents in front of their children, and children in front of their parents. Murdered children in front of their parents, and parents in front of their children. They burnt people alive. They raped and murdered women. They beheaded soldiers. Raped, beheaded, burnt babies alive, killed children in front of their parents, and parents in front of their children. They're committing a double war crime. This terrible double war crime against humanity. No regard whatsoever to Palestinian lives. Every day, they perpetrate a double war crime. We saw the cost of this terrible war crime yesterday when a rocket fired by a Palestinian terrorist misfired and landed on a Palestinian hospital. I said it here once, I'll say it here again. If it looks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then what is it? Well, it ain't a chicken, and it's certainly not a dove. Why doesn't it divulge its military nuclear the secrets of its military nuclear activities. They absolutely refuse the worst terrorist regime on the planet.
Do you have nuclear weapons?
Well, we have a long-standing policy that we won't be the first to introduce nuclear weapons into the Middle East, and that hasn't changed.
So you don't have any?
That's our policy. Not to be the first to introduce nuclear weapons into the Middle East.
But if you take an assumption that other countries may have them, then that may mean you have them.
Well, it may mean that we don't pose a threat to anyone. We don't call for anyone's annihilation. We don't foster terrorism. We don't threaten to obliterate countries with nuclear weapons, but we are threatened with all these threats. Bigotry, dishonesty, and shame.
People always say, "Where were you?" And
that's right.
You and I were having breakfast in New York on September 11th.
And afterwards it happened. I was visiting some friends to prepare.
Okay, get ready to read the words on this page without making a mistake.
We're the new Nazis.
There's no apology to be made. None. It is the best $3 billion investment we make. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interest in the region. The United States would have to go out and invent an Israel.
You should invent us if we didn't exist, and you need more of us. And God forbid what would happen if we weren't here. You'd have the whole Middle East collapse, just collapse, because we're the only genuine democracy, the only one where we respect human rights, the only one that respects the rights of Arabs. It's disputed land, yeah. We have a historical connection there. You know, my name is Benjamin. The first Benjamin, the son of Jacob, walked these hills 4,000 years ago. This is one of the great lies of modern times. In my office, I have a signet ring that was loaned to me by Israel's Department of Antiquities. This ring was found right next to the Western Wall. This ring is a seal of a Jewish official, and his name is inscribed on it, in Hebrew. The name is Netanyahu. Netanyahu ben Yoash. Now that's my last name.
My first witness, Mr. Benjamin Natai.
Mr. Natai, welcome to the Advocate.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Mr. Natai is a graduate of MIT. He is an Israeli, and he is a man who has written widely on this question before the House tonight. Mr. Natai, is the issue of self-determination the core of the conflict in the Middle East? Do the Palestinians have a right to a separate state?
Well,
Mr. Ajami has been talking about human rights.
Well, I think that no, I don't think they do. I think the United States should oppose the creation of a Palestinian state for several reasons. The first one being that it is unjust. Now, add to that the fact that there already exists a Palestinian state, and that is Jordan, 60% of whose population is Palestinian. So let's keep in mind that what we're talking about here is not the attempt to build a state, but to destroy one. I know of the latest figures, population figures, that actually show a decrease in the Arab birth rate, particularly in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. I'm not going to start enforcing a birth control program under any circumstance. It's not a one-way street, Israel taking from the United States. Israel is giving the United States an extraordinary bargain. The Palestinians in the West Bank are going to be offered the full human rights the full civil rights, and I'm all in favor of having the same Arabs living in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip being offered such a right.
At the grotesquely named UN Human Rights Commission. You see, you are the great Satan and we're the small Satan.
Organ of Satan, a criminal enterprise.
Theodor Herzl, the founding father of Zionism. Herzl revolutionized the history of the Jewish people. He revolutionized Jewish history when he published a slim pamphlet called The Jewish State. This was our salvation, and this is our foundation.
Never forget. Never forget. We never forget.
The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. Iraq, too. Anyway, 75.
Down in 7-Eleven, down at the World Trade Center, right after it came down.
The ballot is stronger than the bullet. Pretty relevant these days.
But we just didn't have any solid intelligence that gave us a warning on this. I mean, we didn't have any intelligence that said get ready, they're going to fly airplanes into New York buildings. The so-called Bush's brain, and Dick Cheney knew full well that one wasn't my brain and the other one running the White House. Look, it'll take time to restore chaos. I'm going to be dead, Matt, when they finally figure it out.
I'll never forget it. Yeah. Your dad reached over and just put his hand on your hand.
Yeah, he did. I call it the pit. I mean, it seemed like we were walking into a pit. There was not only soot and kind of grime and gray, but there's water. I mean, it's like walking into hell.
I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you. And the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
And at that point, we were taken for another round of questioning, this time related to our allegedly being members of Mossad. The fact of the matter is, we are coming from a country that experiences terror daily. Our purpose was to document the event.
The 5 Israelis were detained for 10 weeks and finally deported on immigration violations after the FBI cleared them of any involvement in 9/11.
Was there ever any consideration of apologizing to the American people?
I mean, apologizing would basically say the decision was a wrong decision, and I don't believe it was the wrong decision.
That plane had gone down because of your order.
I had a sickening feeling. And then I found out that 93 had gone down because of the heroism of some Americans. I mean, truly an heroic act.
For many people, George W. Bush became a hero that day. But soon, the question started.
What are we going to do with 6 million Palestinians? What are we going to do with 6 million Palestinians? We have to find a solution.
في اثنين في البرج ابو ايه ايوه هم في البرج تبعهم في اثنين في البرج شهيدة يا الله لسه عايش يا الله يا الله Ya Allah. Ya Allah.
We're the small Satan. The United States is the great Satan. And I suppose Europe, I don't want you to be offended, you're the sort of a middle-sized Satan.
We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario.
Iran is brazenly lying when it says it never had a nuclear weapons program. You're the great Satan, we're the little Satan.
Okay, now we've talked about millions of people possibly dying in World War III and then the nuclear holocaust and another holocaust for the Jews, but now let me get to the tough question.
That was the easy part.
That was the easy part. Here's the tough question.
We're not really developing nuclear weapons. We just want nuclear energy for peace. We happen to be a small Satan, a cult of death and despair and hate. This crazy messianic cult of death. Crazy cults in Christianity or in Judaism, you can have people who are crazy. And this is that kind of cult, the most primitive creed on earth. It's a messianic cult. It's a religious messianic cult that believes in the apocalypse. This religious fanatic cult, we're going to bomb America. We're going to destroy America. This pre-medieval crazy creed, primitive religious creed, this mad idea, this fanatic regime, this messianic cult of the apocalypse. We're going to wipe Israel off the map. The Holocaust didn't happen. America's the great Satan. We're the small Satan. You're the big Satan. You're the great Satan, and we're just the little Satan. This Nazi regime, and you Hitler around the block, and you have to take action. You let him first demolish a few countries and a few millions of people. How many cities will be wiped out? A nuclear threat of a crazy fanatic regime. Tremendous fanaticism and destructive power of Hitler. This David Koresh, it'll be the first time in the history of the world that a totally unstable, globally mad regime will have atomic bombs and the means to deliver them. Israel could disappear and it wouldn't make a difference. Now, a normal person would not say that. An insane person says that. A crazy cult, crazy outfit, terror with a nuclear umbrella. This cult, the cult, they want to control the world. An insane person wrote in a book called Mein Kampf, My Struggle. His name was Adolf Hitler. He said exactly what he would do. So I wrote a book in 1995, and I said that if the West doesn't wake up to the suicidal nature of militant Islam, the next thing you'll see is the militant Islam is bringing down the World Trade Center. Other nut ideologies don't do that. What you want to do is actually create despair. Imagine David Koresh with nuclear weapons. Imagine David Koresh not with hundreds of followers, but millions of followers with nuclear weapons.
Oh, yeah, I know. There's a lot of psycho-Bible out there.
The real enemy is from within. The messianic, crazy, extreme groups of Israelis that think that they can kick out the Palestinians and annex their territories.
I'll tell you one thing. Somebody has to take out the Iranian nuclear program. Iran is Germany, and it's 1938. Eliminating the nuclear threat from Iraq and begin a regime change there. Use the opportunity of a regime change in what I call Arafatistan, when we have a new regime there.
If you take away the Soviet Union and its chief proxy, the PLO, international terrorism would collapse.
The devil himself is right in the house. And the devil came here yesterday. Yesterday, the devil came here. Right here. Right here. And it smells of sulfur still today.
I don't care if you think I'm Satan reincarnated.
The greatest horror of all, the Holocaust.
Al-Qaeda took credit for it.
If Saddam has a nuclear weapon, he could use it to threaten or to actually detonate a nuclear regime directly or indirectly. He doesn't have to necessarily do it.
Are there any other nations that you would recommend that the United States launch preemptive attacks upon at this point?
The answer is categorically yes. The two nations that are competing with each other, who will be the first to achieve nuclear weapons, is Iraq and Iran. A third nation, by the way, is Libya as well. Libya is, while no one is watching, under the cloak, is trying very rapidly to build an atomic bomb capability. So you have here now three nations. Not surprisingly, all three have been implicated in the past in terrorist activity.
FBI agents might have been able to prevent last February's deadly explosion at New York's World Trade Center. They discussed secretly substituting harmless powder for the explosives, but they didn't, according to the FBI's own informant, Imad Salem. Unbeknownst to the FBI at the time, Salem recorded many of his conversations with his handlers.
I'm holding 903 pages of draft transcripts.
William Kunstler represents Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman and several others charged with conspiring to blow up a series of New York City landmarks 4 months after the World Trade Center bombing. That case has not yet gone to trial. Kunstler confirmed newspaper reports of the Salem transcripts. In one, Salem complains to an FBI agent, "Since the bomb went off, I feel terrible. I feel bad. I feel here is people who don't listen." The agent replies, "Hey, I mean, it wasn't like you didn't try and I didn't try. You can't force people to do the right thing."
There is material in here to show gross governmental misconduct.
I have 2 words for you: predator drones. You will never see it coming. You think I'm joking?
Land of unconfirmed requests. Yes, we came, we saw, he died. Did it have anything to do with your visit? No, oh, I'm sure it did.
شوية صورة 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 الله أكبر بنصور يا راجل الله أكبر لا 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 هيا هيا الله اكبر صلاته ولا لا الله اكبر صلاتك الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر صلاته الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر لا اله الا الله لا اله الا الله الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر لا اله الا الله يا برنامج
about being Secretary of State that it was the best job in the world.
She did say that.
Do you agree at this point?
Well, it's an extraordinary job.
To be fair, we had helped to create the problem we're now fighting.
How?
Because when the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan, we had this brilliant idea that we were going to come to Pakistan and create a force of mujahideen, equip them with Stinger missiles and everything else to go after the Soviets inside Afghanistan. And we were successful. The Soviets left Afghanistan, and then we said, great, goodbye, leaving these trained people who were fanatical in Afghanistan and Pakistan, leaving them well armed, creating a mess, frankly, that at the time we didn't really recognize. We were just so happy to see the Soviet Union fall, and we thought, okay, fine, we're okay now. Everything's going to be so much better. Now you look back, the people we're fighting today, we were supporting in the fight against the Soviets. We just have to be better than everybody else.
So with the additional steps I ordered last month, we're speeding up training of ISIL forces, including volunteers from Sunni tribes in Anbar province. More Sunni volunteers are coming forward. Some are already being trained.
So some of the most powerful people in the country are waiting to see if a bunch of lab mice die, and if they die, you're dead.
Yeah, that's what it was. And the reason I tell the story is because it's hard for people to remember that right after 9/11, we were inundated.
This is not a hypothesis. It is fact. Iraq, Iran, and Libya are racing to develop nuclear weapons. So now what is the next step? I believe that the next step is to choose. It's not a question of whether you have to take action, but what kind of action and against whom.
We have heard that 500,000 children have died. I mean, that's more children than died in Hiroshima. And you know, is the price worth it?
I think this is a very hard choice, but we think the price is worth it.
When the clouds open up over the target at Nagasaki, target was there pretty as a picture. I made the run, let the bomb go. That was my greatest thrill.
Then came September 11th, and fiction turned into fact, and the unimaginable became real.
Is your mic on, sir?
Is it on now?
There you go.
After the wake-up call on September 11th,
The United States and our allies have prevailed.
Provided we didn't build on that 16-acre site.
Get rid of the Jews, you get their money. Money, 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 money. Al-Qaeda took credit for it.
And they had kids in incubators, and they were thrown out of the incubators so that Kuwait could be systematically dismantled.
Morning. I have brought with you to be the most wonderful guest. Would you please stand and recognize the President of the United States?
Good morning. Hi. Good morning. How are you? I'd also like you to meet the Secretary of Education and the Lieutenant Governor of Florida. We met, didn't we? Good to meet you. Hi.
And this is Mrs. Daniels.
Hi, Ms. Daniels. How are you? Great to meet everybody.
Eric?
Yeah, I know.
What are you doing? Eric?
Good to meet you all. That's good. You okay? That's good. Well, sit down, please. Thank you for standing up. Good to meet you all. It's really exciting for me to be here. I want to thank Miss Daniels for being a teacher. I want to thank Wynn for being a principal. And I want to thank you all for practicing reading so much. It's really important.
And this morning we do have a lesson that we will read with you, read for you.
Good.
And it's lesson 60 of our SRA reading program, direct instruction.
I know very well where that came from.
Okay. Are you ready, my butterflies? Yes. LLP position, eyes on me, 1, 2, 3. Get ready to read all the words on this page without making a mistake. Park. Read this word the fast way. Get ready. Park. Yes, park. What do these two letters say? R. Yes, R. Sound it out. Get ready. Park. What word? Park. Yes, park. What do these two letters say? R. This word the fast way. Get ready. At. Yes, at. Read this word the fast way. Get ready. A. Yes, eight. Get ready to read all the words on this page without making a mistake. Read this word the fast way. Get ready. Mad. Yes, mad. Get ready. Cat. Yes, cat. Get ready. Can. Yes, can. Get ready. Can. Yes, can. Get ready to read these words the fast way. Get ready. Pain. Yes, pain. Boys and girls, you're going to read these words again. Remember what you say when there's an E at the end of the word. Get ready. Pain. Yes, pain. Get ready. Pain. Yes, can. Get ready. Pain. Yes, may.
Yeah.
Okay, get ready to read the words on this page without making a mistake. Everybody, tell me what this part of the word says. Rob. Yes, rob. Now tell me what the whole word says. Get ready. Robber. Yes, robber. Everybody tell me what this part of the word says. Run. Yes, run. Now tell me what the whole word says. Get ready. Running. Yes, running. Get ready to read these two words the fast way. Get ready. Robber. Yes, robber. Get ready. Running. Yes, running. Good job. Boys and girls, read this word the fast way. Get ready. Smile. Yes, smile. Sound it out. Get ready. Smile. What word? Smile. Yes, smile. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Smile. Yes, smile. Get ready. More. Yes, more. Get ready. Light. Yes, light. Get ready. Light. Yes, light. Get ready. Low. Yes. Get ready to read all these words on this page without making a mistake. Look at the letter at the end and remember the sound it makes. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready to read this word the fast way. Get ready. Kid. Yes, kid. Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. Sound it out. Get ready. Kid. What word? Kid. Yes, kid. Boys and girls, sound this word out. Get ready. Seal. What word? Seal. Yes, steel. Read these words the fast way. Get ready. Playing. Yes, playing. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Let's read these words the fast way without making a mistake. Get ready. Kite. Yes, kite. Get ready. Kit. Yes, kit. Get ready. Steel. Yes, steel. Get ready. Playing. Yes, playing. Get ready. Must. Yes, must. Or you will pick your reader up from under your seat. Open your book up to lesson 60 on page 153. Count of 3, everyone should be on page 153. If the yellow paper is going to bother you, drop it. Thank you. Everybody touch the title of your story. Fingers under the title. Get ready to read the title, The Fast Way. We're waiting for one member. Thank you. Fingers under the title of the story. Get ready.
The pet goat.
Yes, the pet goat. Fingers under the first word of the story. Get ready to read the story the fast way. Get ready.
A girl had a pet goat.
Go on.
She liked to go running with her pet goat.
Go on.
She played with her tail.
Try it again. Get ready from the beginning of that sentence. Get ready.
She played with her goat in her house.
Go on.
She played with her goat in her yard.
Good job. Go on.
But the goat did some things that made the girl sad.
Let's clean that up. Get ready. Try with but. Get ready.
But the goat did something that made the girl sad mad.
Go on.
The goat ate things.
Go on.
He ate cans and he ate
Try that again. Get ready.
He ate cans and he ate cans.
Good job. Go on.
He ate cans and he ate cans.
Go on.
He even ate cats and cats.
Try that again. Get ready.
He even ate cats and cats.
Good job. Go on.
One day her dad said that goat must go.
What's behind the word said?
Comma.
And what does that comma mean?
Slow down.
Let's read that sentence again. Get ready.
One day her dad said that goat must go.
Go on.
He ate too many things.
Try that again. Go on.
He ate too
What is that word?
Eat.
Sound it out. What word?
Eat.
Start from the beginning of that sentence. Go on.
He ate too many things.
Go on.
The girl said that.
What's behind the word said?
Comma.
And what does that comma mean?
Slow down.
Let's read that sentence again. Go on. Let's start from the girl.
The girl said that if you let the goat stay with us, I will see that he stops eating all those things.
Nice and loud, crisp voices. Let's go.
Her dad said we will try it.
Go on.
So the goat stayed and the girl made him stop eating cans and cats and cans.
Good job. That was a mouthful. Turn the page.
Really good.
Let's go.
Must be 6th grade.
From the beginning. Fingers under the first word. Let's go.
But one day a car robber came to the girl's house.
Go on.
He saw a big red car near the house and said, I will steal that car.
Go on.
He ran to the car and started to open the door.
Go on.
The girl and the goat were playing in the backyard.
Go on.
They did not see the car robber. More to come.
More to come in our
Does that mean
next.
more to come? That's exactly right. Ooh, these are great readings.
Yes, they are.
Very impressive. Thank you also very much for showing me your reading skills. I bet they practice too, don't you?
Oh, yes. That's a requirement. Homework. Reading homework.
Reading more than they watch TV?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Anybody do that? Read more than you watch TV? Oh, that's great. Very good. Very important to practice. Thanks for having it. Very impressive. Read this book.
Voices those close your readers. Place them under your chairs. And thank you so much for doing the great job.
Thank you, President. You can step out the door with you.
I'm on the side of Israel. You're on the side of Israel. Donald Trump's on the side of Israel. They're giving us a world at war. Fight! 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 Now go do it!
murder, maim, and menace the innocent. In the Middle East, bludgeoned by butchery and barbarism, Israel is humane. We were using the blood of children to bake matzahs, that we were spreading the plague throughout Europe, that we were plotting to take over the world. Yeah. They execute hundreds of political prisoners. They throw thousands more into their jails, and they repress millions in a brutal theocracy.
בכל העניינים. בזמן שישראל לאחרונה נתפסו כמה עניינים. פתחו כמה. מה שרואה עוד, וגם משהו שעדיין משאיר ליבו. אז הייתה משהו במה ידיעתו. עושים. הכנראה שהיא מספיק, כאילו שהיום כבר כמה בגיל עדיין ליבו. אבל יש עוד כמה שעות, אבל יש להשתדל גם היום, בבשורות טובות. יש שמחה וטוב לבוא. כדי שחסידים מקפידים שכל מנוי את שמחה. בשורות טובות, הצלחה רבה.
أعلنا الجهاد على أمريكا لأن الحكومة الأمريكية هي حكومة ظالمة.
What are your future plans?
ستراها إن شاء الله في الإعلام وستسمع عنها.
Conservative Party members can stand with people who wave swastikas.
Dear Justin, Mr. Prime Minister, we have here in the chamber today Ukrainian Canadian world veteran from the Second World War who fought the Ukrainian independence against the Russians and continues to support the troops today, even at his age of 98. His name is Yaroslav Hunka. And I was going to say he's in the gallery, but I think you beat me to that. But I'm very proud to say that he is from North Bay and from my riding of Nipissing-Temiskaming. He's a Ukrainian hero, a Canadian hero, and we thank him for all his service. Thank you. Slava Ukraini.
Glory to Ukraine.
Thank you. Very nice.
If you can't give us some financial support, okay, please, give us a credit, and we will give you back money after the war.
I would wipe them off the face of the earth. They would go so fast, they wouldn't even have a chance. They worship death. America seeks peace.
Peace. Good night from Jerusalem.
It is a big idea, a new world order.
Members of Congress, I have the high privilege and distinct honor of presenting to you the Prime Minister of Israel, His Excellency Benjamin Netanyahu.
I know that no matter on which side of the aisle you sit, you stand with Israel.
You said at the beginning of your speech that Hamas and others in the Middle East want to wipe Israel off the map. You have literally wiped the West Bank off that map. Is that official policy now, that the West Bank doesn't exist?
No.
The reason I feel as good as I do is because we're back in Israel, and we love coming here. Clara and I led hundreds of missions to Israel. We were here so many times. Every chance we could get to come back, we took it because it gave us such intense pleasure. And we knew we were doing a lot of good for the country. I had the pleasure of working pretty much with every Prime Minister of Israel, from Yitzhak Shamir forward. And the governor of New York, George Pataki, decided one day that maybe it would be good to privatize the ownership of the World Trade Center. So I got a call from the governor's office, and they said, would you ever consider owning the World Trade Center? And I said, would I? I said to myself, wouldn't it be fantastic if I could own the Twin Towers? And I said, oh my God, is it possible we can own the World Trade Center? Could this happen? I left a restaurant, was walking home that night, thinking about the Trade Center. It was getting so close. And I wanted desperately to own it. And I felt we were almost there. And I get to Madison Avenue and 57th Street, just almost at my house, walking home on this very cold night. I see a green light. I cross into the street. And the next thing I know, out of nowhere, a car comes along and slams into me. Next thing I found, I was almost dead because I was lying there in the middle of 57th Street. My pelvis crushed in 12 places. A drunk driver had gone right through the green light for me, red for him. And I thought everything was over. Ended up in the hospital. The pain was horrible. I said to the doctors, give me more morphine, because the morphine is the only thing that kills the pain. And 3 days later, I woke up in the hospital. I said, what day is it? They say it's the 28th day of January. I said, the best and final bids are due on the 30th. I got only 3 days left. I said, get everybody, I said, kill the morphine, get everybody together here in the hospital, call the guys from my office, get them in here. I said, I need some peace, I need some rooms. And we had to sit down in that hospital with everybody there. The pain, I said, forget about the pain. There was too much at stake. And we submitted the best and final bid on the 31st day of the month. Net result, we ended up winning the bid to own the World Trade Center. And so here, you see a lot of happy faces, because this picture was taken on the 26th day of July of 2001. The 26th day of July of 2001. And it says, there's my son, my daughter, younger daughter, my bubby. Gentleman on the corner, the gentleman on the end, the lawyer who helped me close the deal. And we had it. On the morning of 9/11, I'm getting ready, getting dressed to go to the dermatologist. I have light-colored hair, light skin. The sun is a disaster for me. I can't take the sun. So, every 3 months, I went to the dermatologist like clockwork. I had to. And that morning, I said to Clara, I said, sweetheart, I've got so much work to do down at the Trade Center. Cancel the dermatologist. I'm going down. And she said, you can't cancel again. You canceled last time. You cannot cancel again. And she got angry. Now, when you're married to somebody for 50 years, and they get upset, and they get angry, and they start screaming, the world comes to an end. And I said, okay, I'm sorry. The words are yes, dear. Whatever you want, I'll do. Don't get angry. Please don't get angry. She said, okay, but you're going to the dermatologist, you're going this morning, and you're not going downtown. Wow. Suddenly, the phone rings. It's the captain of our boat, docked at Chelsea Piers, not far from where we live and not far from the Trade Center. And he said, Mrs. Silverstein, is everything okay with Mr. Silverstein? She said, of course. Why? He said, turn on your television set. And that's when we saw the North Tower in flames. And we saw the plane circling around before it slammed into the South Tower and caused it to end up in flames. And therein was the day of the disaster of 9/11. It was a miracle. My life wasn't lost because she kept me from going down to the Trade Center. She said, you've got to go to the dermatologist. By the way, I never made it to the dermatologist that day, but at least my intentions were right. And I had an obligation to collect the insurance proceeds from the policies, because that's the only place the money could come from the insurance proceeds. That was my job, my obligation, because they owned the policies. And you could see what happened. You could see the devastation. You could see the obliteration. Everything came down. Plus, 7 World Trade Center. It wasn't part of the Trade Center, but it was right north of it. And when the antenna came down from the top of the North Tower, it went right through the facade of 7 World Trade Center. Started a fire, and by the end of the afternoon, the building just collapsed. They were not sure they were going to be able to contain the fire. And I said, you know, we've had such terrible loss of life. Maybe the smartest thing to do is pull it. And they made that decision to pull, and then we watched the building collapse.
7 had stood atop 2 electrical substations that were also destroyed. They had provided power to the World Trade Center and surrounding neighborhood.
But we ran into a problem. We couldn't collect the insurance. A new governor was just elected. Eliot Spitzer, an old friend who I knew well. I said, Eliot, if you don't help me, I'll never collect from the insurance companies. And guess what? He listened, and he said, you know what? You're entitled. I'm going to get you the money. And in 6 months, he got me the $4.5 billion. And so, what you're looking at here, when it's all done, is about a total expenditure of $30 billion. Thank God it's being paid for by the port and not by me. I'm starved. Is everybody hungry?
嘘なくなっちゃったじゃん。出来やばいんだけど。
やばいやばいやばいやばい。あれ下にいるやつみんなやばいじゃん。
うちの子完璧やばいんだけど。やばい
あれ下にいるやつ全部死んじゃうじゃん。
周りのビル全滅でしょ。
いや取材してるやつもみんな死んじゃうじゃん。
下にいる人でしょ。
おいあれ半端じゃねえよだったら広がり方。
やばいって。うちの子に
てかさ、今のさ、火事でさ、あれしたんじゃないよね。もう一回爆破があったんじゃない？
僕ない？
だって下から行かなかった？
爆発したもん。下のとこからポワーンってあったじゃん。
なくなっちゃったよ。
やばいって。 Oh! Did you see it?
Yeah. No, it's exploded.
Oh my god. Oh. 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 How did it happen? Did it go down or what happened? Did it explode?
It exploded from the middle.
From the middle? From
Yeah.
where?
From the middle. Yeah.
From where the crash was?
I guess so, but
Oh no. Oh shit.
I don't think it's from the fire.
They said building blew up.
No, there it is.
Where is it? No, that's a yeah. Well, I heard it on the radio, which is right now.
What?
Oh wait, that's a Chrysler right there.
Chrysler?
Well, the Empires that just like 30 seconds ago on the radio. He said the Empire, right? Oh, it's probably talking about World Trade Center and the other explosion. 何が起きたの？
なくなっちゃった。
大丈夫ですか？ねえ、なんで何も出ないんだろうね。
でも普通ビルとかのさ、大きいビルの場合、救助で水が出る。
チャンドラー覚えてる？一緒にインド料理食べに行ってさ、ふかふかか、真ん中にいるんだよ、どっちかに。働いてるの？真ん中に？
どっちだった？マジで？潰れちゃった？絵がどっち高いんだけど、右側の方が高いんですよ。左の方でしょ？高い方。多分ね、中学校から右側がね、高いですね。じゃあ左、今倒れた方か。でっかいバーが。マジでもう一回ぐらい行っとけば。
あ、崩れた。
あ、いった。見てなかった。やばい。シェッ。ガラスめっちゃ飛んでんじゃん。うわ、ないじゃん。
やばい、横に倒れてる。
すげえ。やっぱり横じゃん。けどあんなに綺麗にさ爆弾仕掛けてたのかな。爆弾じゃなくてさ。でもあんなに綺麗に崩れるのね。上が崩れただけで下まで。
I would wipe them off the face of the earth. They would go so fast, they wouldn't even have a chance.
Just remember, America, that's God's for you.
I would wipe them out so fast.
Now we have a stew to do, eh, Azriel?
And I encourage you all to go shopping more.
Ich kann jetzt gerade nicht glauben, was ich da sehe.
LBG. Admiration I actually have for China, because their basic dictatorship is allowing them to actually turn their economy around on a dime and say we need to go green as fastest. We need to start investing in solar. I mean, there is a flexibility that I know Stephen Harper must dream about of having a dictatorship that he could do everything he wanted. That I find quite interesting.
We took 2 days to design the vaccine on the computer. Why? Because we had worked on MERS, another coronavirus, with Dr. Fauci's team for 2 years. Looked at a lot of proteins, a lot of animal models. We knew out of the gates that our best chance of the corona with our technology was the spike-S protein. And we just went with it. The US government has been very helpful. We got $1 billion for funding the clinical trial. So basically the US government, if you think about it, has offered to the world the cost of developing Moderna's vaccine. Which is going to help a lot, of course, in terms of affordability and access around the world, because the US basically picked up the tab to pay for the development of the product. I think there's going to be a lot of people wanting a vaccine very quickly to go back to normal life. And I think that people that are on the edge, when they're going to see that people who get the vaccine don't drop dead in the street.
Here in the United States, really, it's going to be Black people who really should get it first, and many Indigenous people. They deserve to get this vaccine first. Vaccine first. Blacks and Native Americans, people with underlying health conditions, and the elderly. And so we need to look at as a globe, and we're involved with many European leaders.
Is there something to worry about with medicines? That is, might some of them have side effects? Do we need safety testing? And we're taking things that are, genetically modified organisms, and we're injecting them in little kids' arms. We just shoot them right into the vein. So, yeah, I think maybe we should have a safety system where we, do trials and test things out.
Een stralende Bill Gates, maar niet voor lang. Hij krijgt taart in het gezicht.
Vaccines are safe. I promise you they're safe. They work. President Biden has tested positive for COVID again. If we can get this done, we won't have to miss another moment.
The president will reinitiate strict isolation procedures.
So go get your vaccine and help all of us get back to the lives and the people we love.
First Lady Jill Biden has coronavirus. The First Lady, who is double vaccinated and twice boosted.
And give us back those moments that we've missed so much.
Throwing the Biden family vacation into a state of anxiety.
I'm Lloyd Austin, Secretary of Defense. These vaccines safe and they are effective.
U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin has tested positive for COVID-19.
For the second time. You know, I've taken it myself.
Austin has had 3 doses.
There is a protection against transmission of the disease. No variant that we have identified that escapes the protection of our vaccine.
Albert Bourla is the CEO of Pfizer, and he just announced on Twitter that he has COVID. He says, I would like to let you know that I've tested positive for COVID-19. I am thankful to have received 4 doses.
So go get your vaccine.
Get vaccinated. It's safe.
הזכות שלי, של אשתי, של הילדים שלי, להסתובב בכבישי יהודה ושומרון, יותר חשוב מזכות התנועה של הערבים. סליחה מוחמד, אבל זו המציאות, זו האמת, זכות החיים שלי קודמת לזכות התנועה. השר בן גביר.
We'll have digital God.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, he's sure he can control the demon. Didn't work out.